Today is January 28th, 2021. Here we are, Thursday. And I just took a short little day trade here, kind of getting towards the end of the day. It's 3:13 p.m. Eastern. About an hour left before the futures market closes. So I'm going to just see what we can get on this one here. And I shorted on this little retracement. And right now it's just making a little bit of money down or up about $60 or so. So I just got to be patient with this one. I have, as you can see, my stop is right here. So that's my stop loss. Let me label that for you. So there we are. Oops. Stop loss. And that's that blue line right there. And I have two targets on this one. My first target, and that's my exit for profit right there. So if price rallies up to 13,342.75, that will stop me out for a small loss. Okay, so I'll lose a little bit of money there if that happens. If it comes down, drops down a little bit lower, like I hope it does, then it'll hit my first target here, and that will make $150. And that all that really does is just kind of gets me in the clear, gives me some breathing room in this trade here. And at that point, my worst case scenario would be a break-even trade. And so this first target is really more defensive in nature than anything. It's not meant to, make a ton of money, get a home run trade. That's not the purpose of having that first target there. Purpose of that target is just get a little bit of money in your pocket and get a little feel-good victory. And but also mainly really just get defensive on the trade and protect what you have. Okay, and then I have a second target. Let me drop this down lower. Down here lower, and the second target really is more of the home run, like let's really go for it and try to see what we can get on this thing, and that's down here at 12,994.50. So I'll label that as well. So that's going to be the second target, and that would also be an exit for profit if it gets there. And if it gets there, great. Then that'd be a little over $1,000, almost $1,300 on that portion of it. Now, no one ever knows if it's going to hit their targets or not. So what we can do here is, as price is going down, 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 and getting lower and lower and lower, going towards its target, what we can do is move the stop. So I'll play out a scenario here. Let's say, for example, price drops down, hits my first target. Okay, great. So we make a little bit of money there. But then price just keeps going and keeps going and keeps going and keeps going and keeps going. But it hasn't hit my target yet. But notice my stop is still up there pretty high, isn't it? I mean, it's still up here. So what we can do is, as price is going down, we're making money. We haven't made money because we haven't exited the full position yet, but we're making some money on that. What we can do is take that original stop and just move it down to maybe say, for example, there, or move it here, or here, or here, or here. And so you just move it down little by little by little. As price keeps going lower and lower and lower, you keep moving your stop down lower and lower and lower as well. Now, this is really more geared towards an active trader if someone is in front of their computer screen to do that. But it's really convenient, obviously, if it happens, you could move your stops down, because here's a scenario. If price gets close to that second target but doesn't go up and hit that second, it doesn't drop down and hit that second target, then you got stopped out right here for a profit. So you didn't quite make the full amount, but you got something pretty good on that trade. So that's just one way to go to manage your positions that way. And then, of course, if it does continue down to hit that second target, then that would get us out there for a nice profit. Okay, so there's a little mini lesson there for you. Now, I don't know if you heard it said order filled. So that means that it hit my first target right there. So at this point, my worst case scenario is going to be a little bit more than a break even in this example, because I'd moved the stop down a little bit already. So I'll make a very small profit on this trade as my worst case scenario. I say worst case because price could rally all the way back up, head up higher, and if that's the case, it stops me out right here. But because I've already taken a portion of the profit at this first target and I've moved my stop down once already previously, then that means I'll make a little bit of money. It won't be much. It won't be much, but a small profit's better than a loss. So that part's good. All right, so now at this point, we've hit first target, and now we just have to wait. And we might be waiting a while on this one. In fact, there's less than an hour left for this market, but what we can do in this particular trade, and this was my original intention on this trade, is that today is Thursday, which means we still have one more day of the week to remain in this position. So if we chose to, and I have already chosen to, take this trade overnight, past the closing bell, go take it overnight. And one of the reasons for that is, number one, it's Thursday. I have time on my side still. I have another full day of trading still ahead of me, being Friday's just around the corner here. So that part's fine. And the other part, this is the futures market, which trades 23 hours a day. So it's only closed for 1 hour a day, which is great. And that means that I can manage this position, meaning I can move my stops down like I showed you at pretty much any time of the day. So for example, later on tonight, I'll have dinner. When I come back, finish dinner, I'll come back and check on this to see if I need to move the stop down at all. And if so, great, I'll move the stop down. And then I'll get the kids, help my wife get the kids ready to bed and go through the whole nighttime routine, and then come up, check it one more time before I go to bed and close up shop for the day and move the stop down if need be, and then wake up in the morning, turn the computer on and see where I'm at. Okay. So that's one of the nice convenient things about trading futures here. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this play out for a while. I'm going to pause the video here, and I'll come back and we'll see what kind of progress we've made in maybe an hour or so. All right.
All right, so I'm back. It is this trade has now evolved and it's gone down in the direction I want it to go. So that's good news right there. It's late at night, so you can see I've moved my stop. My original stop was here. Then I moved it down to right there. So like after dinner. Then I moved it down here after I got the kids to bed. And now here's my current stop loss. So I moved it down little by little by little, protecting the profits. There's my entry. And then here is my first target where I exited half the position, just 2 contracts on that one there. And it's kind of, just in that downward direction going down to my second target here. So at this point, my worst case scenario will be a profitable trade. I'll make $441 if I get stopped out where the current stop loss is, plus the money that I made hitting that very first target. So overall, this will be a good night's sleep. The next recording will be when I wake up. We'll see how it does.
It did end up hitting my second target, so it gave me a total of $1,435.80 in just a touch over 8 hours. I believe it was about 8 hours and 3 minutes total. So here's the final product, if you will. Right here was the actual short. And so the entry is where I sold short, and that price was at $13,316.75. That was my entry price. My first target, just a quick little get the money in the bank, get your money in the pocket type of exit there. And that was at $13,279.25. And I exited half my position there. So the net profit on that was $148. That's after commission. And that's just on the first target there. Price kept going down, down, down. And you saw I was moving my stop lower and lower and lower. And it ultimately did hit my target down here late at night. So I didn't have to really wait till the next morning. But, I was asleep by then, or, not paying attention to the market at that point. So it did end up hitting my target. And that was at target number 2 is at $12,994.50. So I exited the remaining half of my position there for $1,289 on that second target. And so then you can see what happened afterwards. It just really went sideways for the rest of that late night, early morning, and then started to rally early in the morning there. All right, so let's look at the numbers here. If you're not familiar with trading futures, never done this before, maybe you've never shorted before, I don't know. But basically what I did was I sold short. All that means is I took a position that profits when the market goes down, which is a pretty cool thing to do. You can make money in trading when markets go higher or lower. And so that's always nice to be able to do that. All right, so let's look at some of the numbers here. So this is the performance statement from the brokerage firm that I use called TradeStation. And you could see the actual first entry right there was the sell on 128.21 at 2:56 and 7 seconds p.m. And then this is when it bought it back on. That was my first target. And then here was the second target down there. This I've covered up on purpose my trading account number, but I did show you the first number so that you know it's a live real money account, not simulated. If it was simulated, it would show sim first. And then here's the symbol, here's the prices I bought at, and then here's the profit here. So 2 contracts was exited at $150. So that was the gross profit. 148 was my net. So if you look on the right number, those are the net after commissions profit here. So total profit was 1435.80 in 8 hours 3 minutes. That's a 22.4% return on investment. And here's how that works out for you return on investment fans out there. The investment was $1,600 per contract. Now, this might change depending on your broker that you use, but with my broker for an overnight position, they're charging me $1,600 per contract. I had 4 contracts on that trade, so my total investment or cost to take the trade is $6,400. My return or profit was $1,435.80. So return on investment is 22.4%, and that was 8 hours and 3 minutes for the total trade duration. All right, so there you are. So there was the short on the micro E-mini NASDAQ. Hope you enjoyed. If you would like to watch more of these educational videos, feel free to subscribe and hit the little alarm button down near the bell, and that way it'll give you a notification when I upload more. All right, thanks everybody. God bless. Good trading out there.